Now we're ready to take our paintings and make them into a collage. So the first thing you're going to do is you're either going to cut or tear strips. So you're just going to take these and tear, going straight down. Now on paper, one direction tears really well, the other badly. So I'll show you that. So tearing strip. So on these kind of papers, you want to tear down, because if you try to tear down this direction, you might have seen me do this before, but it just tears kind of off like that. So that's why you need to tear down like that. So I'm going to tear up my pieces. If tearing is not something you want to try, you can also just cut strips with scissors. That would be fine too. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, look at all these different strips I have. So I am going to actually dump them off. Then I have a piece of paper here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna collage. So collage, we have our torn up pieces, and we're gonna place them on here. Now you can decide, and you can kind of play around with how you want these to be. So you can honestly do it this however you want. So you could just play around. We're not gluing anything yet. Just figure out how you want to do it. And then once you have it figured out, then you're going to take Mod Podge, which growing up I always called it Mod Podge, but it's Mod Podge. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this entire piece of paper, because we're going to have all of those strips covering all of the paper. So you're just going to take this, and it is just glue, a form of glue sealant, and you're just going to brush, 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 and do the whole piece of paper. I'll be right back. I have that done, and now I'm going to start placing these down. So my idea is I'm going to start, and then I'm just going to overlap these, and I'm going to make kind of a spiral going, not a spiral, what would I be? A center point, and have them going off. It's okay. I don't want two colors of the same color in a row. Otherwise it can be very random. I'm just going to keep going like this, pressing down as I go. I don't think I've used the pink one, so I'm going to do this, and I will be right back. As I'm working on this, like these, when you get down here, we need smaller pieces. So I can actually take, and I can tear this in half and use half of it too if I want to. Now I am having these little gaps in here. What I'm going to do when I have a chance, I'll just put a little bit extra glue on here, and I can stick these in those areas. Those colors are kind of the same, but I could just stick them down in there if I want to cover those areas too. That is up to you. Okay, I'm gonna keep working. I'll be back in a second. A few things, I just have a few more spaces. So I have some that I decided to have in a triangle at the end, because I don't like this look. So I'm gonna take, and I'll probably put those down right here. Now as you're working, the glue is gonna start to get dry, and I think that'll work. So it's not sticking, plus they're piled up here. So you might need to take some of this glue, and underneath some of them, you're gonna need to put some more glue down. These, it's really dry over here, so I can even take and just put some glue on there. Now, when you get all done, the great thing about Mod Podge is that you can also put a layer on top of it. So once I'm all done, I can take this and I can brush the glue. I know it looks like it's kind of a white color, but when it dries, it should dry clear. So we should be okay. So we're gonna put a layer over the top of your project. I'll be right back again. You can see quite a bit of the Mod Podge on here to get it to stick. Now I know I have some that stick off the edges. We are not gonna worry about that right now at all. You're gonna carefully take this to the drying rack, and then it's gonna take a little work because we're gonna have to clean the glue off the table. Have fun.